Hey, what's going on guys? And today we're going to be talking about why the Switch needs and how it can get 60 FPS. This has been a very talked about topic in the whole Switch community, and I feel like it is very necessary that we talk about it to see how this is possible. I want to get this out first. It is not Epic's fault that the Switch does not have 60 FPS. It is actually Nintendo's. Nintendo is restricting Epic Games on how much power they can use in the Switch to save battery life for transportability. So firstly, what Epic Games would need to do to bypass that whole restriction would be to lower the settings. Now, Fortnite on the Nintendo Switch plays on medium settings, which yes, it makes the game look nice, but it can also draw a lot of power. As you can see, on mobile, the graphics are way lower so it can use as much power beneficially as possible for a mobile device. So what they would need to do is lower the settings to low, or even put mobile graphics on there to be able to viably use 60 FPS within Nintendo's standards and guidelines. But you may be asking, what about the casual players who don't care about 60 FPS and only want the game to look good? Well, you may be able to have a setting for that. If you want 60, you could go to very low mobile graphics, but if you want the game to look nice, you can play on 30. Because I know some people that would rather the game look nice than have 30 frames and the game look dog shit and have 60. But at the moment, that's the only viable way that they could get past Nintendo's guidelines and restrictions unless Nintendo eased them. Next, we're going to talk about why the Switch should have 60 FPS and why it's important. All consoles at the moment run 60 FPS. They're capped at 60 FPS, but let's be real, they don't always run at 60 FPS. Now, with the new generation consoles coming out, they are complete powerhouses. They are basically PCs, especially Xbox Series X. So for the Switch to be able to compete in a post Xbox One and PS4 generation, they're going to need 60 FPS just to keep up with these consoles that will probably be running 120, even 144 frames. Now, that's insane. And something that's playing on 30 versus 144 or 120 is never going to compete. Or they're going to have to be literal gods to compete. Now, 60 FPS seems to be as vital as ever to get going on the Nintendo Switch to keep the Switch a viable competitive option. Now, I know a lot of people are saying that 60 FPS, you cannot go pro on 60 FPS. While that is true, Epic Games is making it possible for console players and PC players to play in different lobbies, different tournaments to get their money. Now, technically, a professional player, quote unquote, is someone that can make a livelihood off a video game. Now, if the Switch is playing at 30 FPS while everything else is playing at 120 FPS, it is never going to be possible for a Switch player to do well. At the moment, Switch players are very low on the food chain. They get destroyed by mobile players with 60 FPS and even 120 in some cases. They also get destroyed by Xbox and PlayStation players due to the fact their frames and unstable lag. The only way that I can see them becoming a competitive option is 60 FPS, and even then it'd still be very difficult, but it'd be proving a testament to some Switch players who can actually compete at that level. You may be asking, why would you do this when you can just go buy an Xbox or a PlayStation that could run 120 FPS in the future? Well, you're forgetting, this is a handheld console. People might not be wanting to play it on a TV, they might be wanting to take it on a plane. At the moment you can't really do anything, but in the future you might want to take it on a plane, you might want to take it in the car when you're going to a family's house or your friend's house. You may just want to take it out, and 60 FPS would be huge, because then it looks nice and you're not going to get headaches playing for long periods of time. Lastly, I want to bring up the fact that the Switch is a very powerful console in itself. It's restricted by Nintendo a lot in the fact that battery life is a main issue and longevity of the actual console itself is another issue. Nintendo restricts a lot of power that can go into games and run games well. You may be able to find on quote jailbroken unquote devices. I don't know the real name, I'm not going to look it up. It's the same thing. You basically can unlock the Switch's potential and get as much power into it as you need. I've seen people that have jailbroken their device and have run 60 FPS on their Switch due to they've removed limitations on the game and on the Switch to be able to run on high graphics at 60 FPS. Mind you, there is no footage for this because it was my mate in real life who done it, and at the moment he's currently away. Well, he's currently at home with family due to this whole controversy. Anyway, so I've seen firsthand that it is possible to run 60 FPS on medium graphics. So why can't you lower it to mobile standard graphics on low and run 60? Hell, you could probably even run 120 if you lowered them enough. If you lowered them to mobile graphics low, the stuff in the Switch is actually really powerful. It's really powerful. Arguably, if you lowered them enough and you optimize it enough, you could probably get 120 on the Switch, which would be absolutely insane. But we're not here for the 120 argument. We're here for the 60 argument, so we could at least get 60 to make this game somewhat competitive for the Nintendo Switch players. The final thing I'm going to bring up in this video is something I've been holding on for the last few weeks saying, and I've hoped it'd be better, but I don't think I'll be making Nintendo Switch content. So I might be playing a little bit on stream on the Nintendo Switch, but I cannot make a video on it. I cannot make a video playing on the Switch. The 30 FPS is just too low for me. I just can't handle it. It's just too low. It's stopping me improving so much compared to what I could be doing on 60 FPS. Mind you, there'll be no difference. It will only be the fact I'm playing on a different console. My same retarded self will be in every video. Trust me. Now, I understand this video is a lot serious and a lot more different to what you're used to. This is because this problem means a lot to me. A long time. Still haven't got 60 FPS. This issue does mean a lot to me because I love playing on the Nintendo Switch. I've been playing on it for like a year. I've been playing on it since January 2019. That's a huge amount of time to be playing on it. It is one of my favorite consoles, and it could never. Nintendo's just got that special place in my heart. Anyway, it's just, yeah, come on. It's definitely possible, Epic. You just need to do it. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this little argument on why the Switch could get 60 and how it can get 60, and then just my little bit at the end. Yeah, it's very different video to what I've been doing, as I said before, but hopefully it reaches a few people, and then we can sort of get this bandwagon going on 60. I know a lot of other Switch streamers and YouTubers have done that, and it's done wonders. By wonders, I mean it's done absolutely nothing except give them views. But anyway, this is going to be the end of the video. Make sure you use code LITHY with 2 Y's, LITHYY. Why use the code? Because I freaking said so. And you know what else I'm going to say to do? Subscribe and like. Because if this gets enough likes and views, Epic might see it. I'm joking. Everyone says that. They're not going to see it. It's on YouTube for frick's sake. They've got better things to do. Like the video, subscribe, leave a comment. See you next time.